Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex, and I would absolutely love it if you love this content, if you would like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps to support the videos, it helps to support me. Big Brother season is full steam ahead, and that is what we are going to be talking about in today's video. This is just going to be kind of like my thoughts and feelings on the premiere two-part episode. Um, Moving forward, I am going to be doing small feed recaps and also talking about the episodes. But again, I think this is not going to be as structured per se as my typical recaps. I don't think it's going to be like episode 25. I think it's definitely going to be more so what's been going on in the Big Brother house this week, and how I like divide it up. And also the videos may not be super long because like I said, I might just come on, talk a little bit about what happened on the feeds, and then kind of get those videos up and running. So definitely bear with me here. As I said, also my TikTok will be a great place to get more like this just happened, oh my god, run to the feeds. Here on YouTube, I'll definitely get a little more long form with it, and those videos may be out a bit later depending on what I'm doing. So that's where I'm at. But I do want to talk about episodes 1 and 2 of the Big Brother premiere. We are on season 26 of Big Brother. But before we begin, if you are new to this channel, I think these Big Brother videos might get pushed out to a different audience as well. So if you are new to my channel, hi, thanks for coming. Thanks for giving this video a chance. I would love it if first you could scope out the videos. I have done multiple other reality shows. I'm finishing up Love Island right now. So there are so many other videos on this channel. You can check them out, And if you like what you see, if you like this, maybe consider pressing that subscribe button. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal by the end of this year. I think it is perfectly doable, being that we are still only in July. So please, please, please hit that subscribe. I would absolutely love that. Like, share, comment, just drum up engagement on the videos so that way we can hit that road to 1,000 and beyond. Okay, let's get into it. So we had this two-part Big Brother premiere. I understand why it was a two-parter because the debates are on, okay? The convention is on. I don't want to talk about it. But because of that, we got this very weird, like, two-part episode. And we were introduced to 8 people in one episode, 8 people in another episode. I'll run through quickly. So first group we were introduced to is Chemo, Chelsea, Angela, Mackenzie, Joseph, Rubina, Cam, and Tucker. And they basically are whisked away to the backyard. We literally don't even get them chatting. We don't get like any conversations. Julie is immediately like, we are whisked to the backyard. And they are played this terrible, terrible video from Ainsley. Now, when I talked about Ainsley on TikTok, it seems fairly divided. Some people seemingly actually liked Ainsley. Some people did not. I'm gonna be honest. I think these little gimmicks that they try to do on Big Brother are really corny. I think the actress that plays Ainsley, the acting was terrible. I don't know if that was meant to be on purpose, but I was a little bit like, what is this? I also was under the impression, allegedly, that this was staged. Like, I was under the impression that there was never like a true vote to figure out if Ainsley was going to be in the house or not. So basically, during this competition, Julie reveals that there will be a vote to determine if Ainsley is going to come into the house. In the first episode, it was a 4-4 vote, and they needed a 5-3 vote, I guess, in order to get in Ainsley, so they do play the competitions. I was under the impression that no matter what the competitions were going to happen, it just seemed a little bit too, like, perfect. I always thought that Ainsley was just kind of a segue into these initial conversations. competitions. I'm not sure if maybe they talked to them beforehand. They knew that it wasn't going to be that way, but I was just never under the impression that Ainsley was going to be in the house. Secondary thing that I want to put out there is I think Ainsley, we're still going to see Ainsley at some point in this season. I know she's going to be on like the TV screen in there, but something tells me we're still going to get Ainsley becoming part of the game. Just maybe not right now. I don't love AI gimmicks. I said on The Circle that I was not a huge fan of Max. I think it was kind of corny. I think it was kind of weird. And I think it's also just not real. Like, they say AI, but in reality, it's just like a production person playing the game. So to me, it's like, maybe if we get to a point where we could use real AI, that might mildly be interesting, but I'm kind of over the AI twist. I think Ainsley is just an actress. Like, we could literally see it's just an actress in a blue bodysuit. So for me, I'm like, I don't know. Now, we do have the first competition, and it ends up being 4 people doing yes, 4 people doing no. The people that voted yes, they get to do a competition for an advantage, and the 4 people that voted no, this is night 1, they did a disadvantage. So the advantage competition was that they were on this chair, they had to spin around as colors were flashing, and then they had to recite the pattern of the colors. So that competition, in my opinion, I think was pretty good. I think it was pretty unique. I will give them. I think they definitely took some cues from BB Canada. Bye, BB Can. Oh my God. But I think they took some cues from BB Canada and did try to get more equitable competitions. Because if you were here last year, you already know I was very irritated about Jag. Okay, I'm not saying... But I think Jag and Matt and all of the competitions being tailored towards them and having no puzzles, I just think they really dropped the ball last season with certain things. And because of that, we got a very boring show, in my opinion. So I was glad to see something different. Now, the no competition was that they had to stick their head into this like box and they had to read letters and then pick up a sign that said the same thing. So for instance, you'd see like IEXTY or something for anxiety. I definitely spelled that wrong, so sorry, I spelled that wrong. But you would see like part of the letters of anxiety or part of the letters of fear. And if you would see EAR, then you would go get the card across and put fear and you would hang it up on the box. Now, with this competition, they showed snakes and scorpions, so I thought the snakes and scorpions would be touching them. But this was not that scary. I felt like it was very tame. Like, you just stuck your head in there, and then there was like a whole barrier between them. So for me personally, I didn't really think it was that scary. But basically, we watched all 8 people do this competition night 1. All 8 people from start to finish. I was like, why are we getting this? Like, what, like, what is the purpose of this? We watched all 8 of them, and then now we got to the end, and we end up finding out that, who do we find out? Oh, we end up finding out that Mackenzie won the advantage, and Chelsea lost and got the disadvantages. And we just kind of find out on night 1 that there will be 2 different powers for that. So, night 2, which was yesterday, we are introduced to the second group of 8, which is Quinn, Brooklyn, Matt, Lisa, Cedric, T-Core, and Kenny. So we're introduced to that group, and we get a control V. We get a control C with a control V. Like, they really just replayed the exact same video. Because I saw speculation. It was the same video. It was the exact same video of Ainsley. So I got worried. I got very, very worried because I was like, oh my God, are we going to see the same competition twice? Luckily, they did end up switching up the competition, but I was very concerned. So the second night competition was for the yes competition, they had to go in a room that was spinning, like going back and forth, and they had to try to plug things into like certain spaces. And then the no competition was that they had to literally get a plastic disc and move it into specific spots with their face. This competition was unnecessarily hard. I actually didn't like this competition because I feel like there were so many factors in this competition that affected your output. Number one, I feel like facial shape had a lot to do with it. I feel like rounder faces had a much more opportunity because you have much more facial matter. If you have a chiseled face, it's going to be much harder to put your face on that disc and actually move it. I also think things like facial hair, makeup. We saw, I think, T-Core and a couple of other people. Maybe it was Leah. Like, I think we saw different women, like, their makeup was smeared. I would assume that that also made it really hard, where, like, if they were moving it, it might have gotten stuck, and they might have had to do more head movements in order to get it unstuck. I don't know. This competition was very weird. I was also wondering why this competition was timed, because Cedric ended up losing, but that's because Cedric timed out going from like getting it in spot 2. If they hadn't have timed it, Cedric would have probably been the fastest to complete the entire thing because he got one in extremely quickly and just timed out on disc 2. So I didn't understand why they gave them a 3-minute timer when the first competition I don't believe was timed. Maybe I was wrong, but it seemed very odd that they gave them that timer. But anyway, we end up seeing that we don't even see the results of the competition, by the way. They bring the house guests back in. We don't see any times. We don't see like that screen of 3 that they put on the screen, or the screen. It used to be all the players, but last year they started doing a screen of 3 for a reason. But we didn't see any of that. We ended up just seeing that Mackenzie and Quinn won the upgrades, which is going to be the deep fake HOH and America's veto. And then we saw the downgrade is that Chelsea and Cedric are BBAI mascots. And those two have no HOH, no veto, and no vote. But they can still be nominated and evicted. And then Julie drops a little nugget that the rules are changing for evictions. Let's talk a little bit about the BB mascots, because if you're the HOH, why would you not just put up Chelsea and Cedric and get one of them out, right? I just feel like there's no reason whatsoever to put up anybody else in week 1, but the 2 people who literally cannot save themselves whatsoever. I actually feel very bad for Cedric because, again, had that competition not been timed, I think he would have probably won. But it's the fact that because it was timed, he ended up being last. And now he's on the block. And now he has no way to save himself from the block unless somebody else chooses to take him off. And the reality is in week 1, nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to take Cedric off week 1, jeopardizing their game and putting a target on their back with the HOH. I feel really bad because I already said in my predictions, I did my predictions on TikTok, but I didn't think Cedric was going to make it far. And I still do not feel like Cedric is going to make it far. I just feel like Cedric is in a spot where I just don't know why they would not get him out. Like, and also, I think Cedric is going to be lumped into the strong player category, right? Because it's going to be between him and Chelsea. But at the end of the day, I feel like they're going to keep Chelsea because why wouldn't they? I don't know. I think that at this point, the only thing those people can do is get their social game up and get it up quick. I think Cedric literally needs to get into a group and figure something out. Now, the deepfake HOH and America's veto, I'm wondering what those are. Typically, a deepfake is like a video that is not real. So I'm wondering, is there going to be an HOH that looks like it's somebody else, but it's secretly her? If that makes sense, like they're going to play an HOH comp, but then it's actually going to be Mackenzie and Quinn nominating? Like, I don't... But then we know because she announced who the winners are. So I'm a little bit conflicted on what that means. And then also America's veto. So is there gonna be like, basically America is going to be given a choice and then that person will get to veto somebody? Like, And is one gonna get the deepfake HOH and one gonna get the veto? How are we determining who's getting which? I have a lot of questions. And then Julie drops a nugget that rules are going to change for evictions. So what does that mean? So from the live feeds, spoiler alert, from the live feeds, we do learn that Angela is currently the HOH, which is crazy because I think Angela, maybe, probably not anymore, would have gotten out. And we also find out there's going to be, I believe, 4 nominations. So that sounds to me like the deepfake HOH is going to get to make nominations and the regular HOH, and then something with the veto is going to come into play or something. I don't know, y'all. How do y'all feel about this? I will say I'm hoping there's potential with the comps. Like, at least give us some better comps. I don't know about a lot of these twists, though. It's kind of starting to feel like a lot, so I'm not sure there. But I don't know. This premiere had me feeling kind of weird. Because I really don't like when they start bringing in so many twists immediately. I feel like it makes the game confusing. And I feel like it just reminds me of some of the previous, like the BB Summer Camp twist. Like all these different twists that like they ended up dropping after 2 weeks because they ended up being way too complicated and didn't make sense with the game. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Live feed updates will be coming. I will be checking out the feeds and doing short live feed updates, so stay tuned for those. Anyways, let's strap in. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Please hit like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe if you like the videos so you can know, and turn on the bell. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.